The lights of wealth shine bright, but it's in the shadows where the darkest secrets hide. For decades, financial scams have shattered lives, destroyed institutions, and reshaped the world in ways few dare to imagine. This is a descent into the depths of human greed. In 1920, Charles Ponzi promised the impossible, a 50% return in just 45 days. Thousands believed him. What they didn't know was that he was using money from new investors to pay the old ones. A house of cards that inevitably collapsed, leaving behind financial devastation and giving birth to a fraud model still alive today under new guises. If you're still watching, subscribe now and activate notifications. Each week, we expose another dark chapter from the world of finance that others would rather keep buried. Decades later, Bernard Madoff, a respected figure on Wall Street, repeated the same scheme on an unimaginable scale. Over $65 billion vanished. Families lost everything. Institutions crumbled. Trust in the financial system was deeply scarred. Madoff showed us how greed can wear the mask of credibility, protected by the blind eyes of regulators. In the 2010s, Brazil saw the rise of digital Ponzi schemes like Telex Free. Promising revolution and easy money, people sold homes, cars, dreams. The collapse destroyed families and revealed how the most vulnerable are often the first to fall victim to digital deception. And it didn't stop. B-Bomb, D9, and others followed. In 1970s, Italy, Banco Ambrosiano, led by Roberto Calvi, God's banker, became a case of corruption, mafia, and religion. He was found hanging under a London bridge. Billions disappeared, with money trails leading all the way to the Vatican. His death remains shrouded in mystery. Nigeria in the 1990s became synonymous with email fraud. Tales of inheritances and foreign princes lured in victims globally. Ridiculous, yes, but effective. These scams generated billions and sparked the rise of modern cybercrime. Today, the game continues with deep fakes, fake profiles, and AI-driven traps. In 2001, Enron, an energy titan, collapsed in a shocking case of accounting fraud. Executives destroyed evidence and lied to investors. Over 20,000 jobs were lost. Billions disappeared. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act was born from the ashes, but the lesson: profit-driven culture can be fatally toxic. China's Evergrande meltdown exposed the dangers of an over-leveraged real estate empire. Empty towers, unfinished trains, panicked investors. Its collapse sent shockwaves through the global economy. Speculation, when unchecked, is a time bomb. Japan's 1990s economic bubble burst, ushered in a lost decade. Banks inflated credit, real estate boomed, and consumption surged. Then, silence. The crash bred distrust in institutions, and from that void, scams proliferated like disease. In India, 2018 jeweler Nirav Modi manipulated the banking system using fake letters of credit. Over $2 billion vanished. He fled the country, becoming a symbol of elite impunity. One man exposed the fragility of an entire financial structure. South Africa's Afrocrypt was a crypto dream turned nightmare. Over $3 billion disappeared as two brothers vanished without a trace. Investors, ranging from firms to ordinary citizens, were left with nothing but regret and digital ghosts. Germany's Wirecard was once hailed as a fintech champion. Then, billions were found missing. Profits were fabricated. Debt was hidden. The CEO fled, a national shame that forced a continental reckoning with financial oversight. Post-Soviet Russia became a wild west of privatization. Oligarchs rose by acquiring state assets for pennies. Violence, manipulation, and fraud became the norm, a lawless economic foundation that still influences Russia's power today. In London, journalists uncovered massive money laundering schemes involving cryptocurrencies and shell companies. Billions flowed through respected banks, a city of financial power cloaked in silent complicity. Malaysia's 1MDB fund was looted by corrupt politicians and businessmen. The money went to yachts, real estate, and even Hollywood productions. Celebrities got rich, the people got robbed. It was luxury funded by betrayal. Canada's Quadriga CX saga is chilling. Its founder allegedly died, taking with him the passwords to $190 million in crypto, but investigations revealed suspicious activity. Did he fake his death? No one knows for sure. In France, a rogue trader at Société Générale caused nearly $5 billion in losses. One man, one unchecked ambition. A testament to how fragile internal controls really are. Australia's Storm Financial misled thousands of retirees into high-risk investments disguised as safe. When the market turned, futures were destroyed. Financial advice became a weapon. In the UAE, expats were seduced with promises of luxury investments and guaranteed returns. What they got instead were blocked accounts and missing funds. With weak enforcement, justice remains a dream. In Bangladesh, Grameen Bank, once hailed for microcredit, faced scandal over unethical debt collection. Families fell into despair. Some even took their own lives. A dark chapter in what was once seen as a financial miracle. In Turkey, pyramid schemes used religion and patriotism to lure in victims. Wrapped in faith and national pride, these scams convinced thousands to invest. Manipulation at its most intimate level. In South Korea, the collapse of several crypto exchanges devastated young investors. Promises of financial freedom turned into lifelong debt and regret. A harsh awakening in the digital gold rush. Venezuela, drowning in crisis, became fertile ground for scams involving fake dollars and magical investments. In a land of desperation, illusion sells fast. And predators know it. And in the United States, the recent case of FTX, led by Sam Bankman-Fried, revealed once again how easy it is to build trust and how quickly it can be exploited. Billions in crypto investments evaporated, regulators scrambled, and the world watched, stunned. In Mexico, financial app schemes disguised as educational platforms lured thousands of students and gig workers with the promise of fast crypto earnings. What began as a trend turned into nationwide losses and legals. Confusion. In Switzerland, traditionally a beacon of financial secrecy, a new breed of scams emerged. Crypto startups operating behind the veil of respectability. Investors around the world were duped by the image of trust. In Egypt, gold-based investment frauds captivated a population already struggling with inflation. Religious appeals and traditional symbols were used to mask what were ultimately high risk. Scams with no real backing. If you're still with us, it's clear these stories are more than fiction. They are warnings. Share this video to help others recognize the signs and avoid the next disaster. These aren't just tales of crime. They are portraits of our vulnerability to the illusion of easy wealth, and as long as greed exists, someone will always be ready to exploit it.